A secret set of salivary gland has been hiding behind the nose. Yeah, you got it right. Recently, scientists accidentally discovered a new salivary gland while studying on prostate cancer. So today in this video, I'll be telling you about how the gland was discovered, where is it located, what are its clinical implications, and what did different researchers and doctors say about this discovery. So let's start. It's really hard to imagine that there's a part of human body that has gone unnoticed by doctors over centuries of medical research. But yes, that's what exactly a group of scientists from Netherlands believe. They said that they have discovered a new gland which is which has been overlooked by the doctors, which is situated behind the nose where nasal cavity and throat meet, that is the place known as nasopharynx. Up till now, in our knowledge, the only salivary or mucous glands situated in the nasopharynx were microscopically small, and they are thousand and they are evenly spread throughout the mucosa. But when researchers were working on PSMA PET CT scan, which is a shorthand for prostate specific membrane antigen positron emission tomography, computerized tomography scan, in the Netherlands Cancer Institute at Amsterdam, they found out a new salivary gland. As this gland was situated over a piece of cartilage known as torus tubarius, therefore they named this new salivary gland as tubarial gland. This new salivary gland is 1.5 inches in length on average. Now let's see how they got to this accident. Researchers in Netherlands Cancer Institute were using PSMA PET CT scan. They were using this to study prostate cancer. In this scan, doctors inject a radioactive tracer into the patient. Tracer binds well to the protein PSMA, which is elevated in prostate cancer cells. Therefore, it helps in detecting metastatized prostate cancer cells all over the body. PSMA PET CT scan also detects salivary gland tissues, as they also have high PSMA. Until now, there were three known large salivary glands in humans, which are as follows: one under the tongue, known as sublingual gland, one under the jaw, known as submandibular gland, and one at the back of the jaw, behind the cheek, known as parotid gland. All these three glands you can see over here in this picture. The first one is the sublingual gland, the other is submandibular gland, and the third one is parotid gland. Beyond those, 1,000 microscopic salivary glands are scattered throughout the mucosal tissue of throat and mouth. But how did the scientists got to this new tubarial gland? When they injected the tracer, it went to two places. First of all, it went to the prostate gland, that is to bind the prostate cancerous cells. And secondly, it went to the salivary glands. Over here, instead of binding the three glands, it was binding to the fourth gland as well. Therefore, the scientists got to this gland, that is the tubarial gland. Now let's see it diagrammatically in one more diagram. Over here in this diagram, I have shown where the tracer will go and bind to. In PSMA PET CT scan, a radioactive tracer is injected into the patient, as I said earlier. It goes to two places. It goes in the prostate cancerous cells. It binds over the prostate cancerous cells. This blue one is the prostate cancerous cells, and the purple one or the violet one, which you can see, is the tracer, which is a radioactive tracer. And the other place where it goes and binds is in salivary gland, because salivary gland also has high levels of PSMA. Therefore, these red are the salivary gland cells and the purple one is radioactive tracer. So these are the two places where the tracer will go. Therefore, with the help of this thing, the scientists discovered this gland. Here I have shown some pictures in which you can see the newly found tubarial gland has been shown by the arrow mark. Then further to confirm their finding as a new discovery, they looked at head and neck scans of 100 individuals, out of which 90 were men, as they were focusing mainly on prostate cancer. All the 100 individuals had a set of newly discovered tubarial gland. They also dissected two cadavers from human body donation program, out of which one was male and other was female, in which they found the newly found region consisted of mucous glands and tissue ducts draining into the nasopharynx. It was really a matter of debate whether the newly discovered tubarial gland should be considered as a new complete organ or should it be included into the salivary gland system? But the information we got from the discovery stated that the tuberous gland is considered as a new anatomical and functional entity. The function of this gland is probably to lubricate and moisten the upper part of the throat, which is situated behind the mouth and nose. Authors said that their discovery has clinical implications, especially for the patients having cancer of head and neck, and also including the tumor of throat and tongue, because radiotherapy can damage the salivary glands, and this damage can further lead to some problems like dry mouth, difficulty in swallowing, speaking, eating, etc. Therefore, doctors using radiations to treat the head and neck cancers should avoid irradiating salivary gland, because damage to these can impact the quality of life of patient. But up till now, as nobody knew about this tuberous gland, therefore nobody tried to avoid radiations in that area. Therefore, researchers confirmed it by studying more than 700 cancer patients treated, and they found that the more radiations the patient has been given in the newly found salivary gland, the more are the side effects which patient has suffered from. Therefore, this new discovery will help to reduce the number of side effects in cancer patients. Indeed, more research is required to confirm that this is a new set of salivary gland. But once it is confirmed, it will be the first discovery of salivary glands in 300 years. At last, I would like to say that discovery is what everyone has seen, but it is what nobody has thought about. Thank you so much.